You just received the manifestation, right? And now you're scared that it's gonna disappear, even though the whole manifestation, the whole part of the package is that it doesn't go. Money is energetic, it doesn't die. You just pass it on to somebody to receive what you truly wanted. Money is pulled in energetically by anything, which is why I mean there's no object like it. Oh shit. It is infinite because there's so much of it and it doesn't die, which is why I compare it to energy. There is so much of it, you can attract it and it doesn't die. So when I talk about money and I say that it is energetic and we should not have small amounts of it because it is infinite. It is not about greed. Sorry, it's not greed. But this, oh, Earth, the dimension we live here on Earth, it is meant to be a playground, but it is not for games. It is a place for lower consciousness. And that does not mean that just because, like, it does not mean anything. It's fine. It's okay. It's okay. You're smart. You're beautiful. It's amazing. You're just human, babes. But how do we get into this? It's a lot. But anyway, when you are placed here on Earth to do whatever lessons you have to learn until you finally fucking make it out this bitch. When you are placed here on Earth, when you came here, you were meant to play. And no one ever takes that seriously, which is wild. You're telling me you were born here and you look outside every morning and you say, yep, this is it forever? You're not supposed to have that fear here on Earth. It is a very, even, it's so weird, even everything about how, like, time when it comes to here, it's just such a very emotional planet. It's not purely bad though, that's what I'm getting, basically. It's so weird. I really wish I could say everything, but some things you just don't need to be said and just need to be kept in because this is just not the topic of the video. Thank you, that's fair. A life here on Earth plays out like a story. You were meant to play because you were casted a role here on Earth. Every single person. As a person who has felt the epitome of worthless, I'm not even joking. As a person who has felt that pain, damn, I'm realizing now that it is hard to say out loud. But everyone has purpose here. And it was so hard for me to accept that I had purpose too. And it still is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still working through that wound. But it was so hard at some point because this was all a journey for me. It was so hard that I could not wrap my head around having a use here. I thought the only thing fun here on Earth was to play. And when I say play, I mean things like going to concerts, things like going on a swing set. Y'all, I love the swings so bad. They're my favorite thing on Earth. I love the swings. But there's nothing better than a swing set. I love a swing set. And then there are things like amusement parks, TV shows. You know, the things we have as humans that make life a bit more, ooh, what's next? Despite all the suffering here, you know, because we're all learning lessons. When you were sent here, there's many, but those human items that I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna distract that whole message I just was sent. I just got refocused, but when you were sent down here to play out this role, it was not meant to be taken serious. Yes, the lessons being learned are serious so that you can grow spiritually and elevate as a being. But also, damn, we're all just babies here, basically. After you have learned your purpose, this is the test. A lot of people, they have a life where they have a life where they don't or have never really questioned their purpose. Maybe value, yes, as in like, oh, do they fuck with me, do they not, like, oh, what will me being in this space do for the rest of y'all, shit like that. But when it comes to purpose, question that is on the average person's mind to think about their purpose, maybe it is struggle. Yeah, it's definitely things most people struggle with, finding their purpose here. That's just, it feels like being stranded in a foreign place and you cannot hear your navigation guides. It is very dark, especially if it is in your character coding when you come here to have certain epiphanies that will lead you to fulfilling that life purpose. That's basically all it is. But back to money. Spirit. The reason why I was relating it to the sun is because yes, it is not infinite. And yes, not all energy is infinite. But creating things with energy, it might as well be infinite for us. I don't know if it is, I'm not going to look it up. But it might as well be. It might as well be, gang. And let me tell you why. Oh, you lost shits. I'm getting chills. Anyway, I just figured something out. Okay, but anyway, you got money. You lost maybe like $500 after some time, and you're like, fuck, man, I don't even be making money like that, and I just ran through $500 within 2 months. But I like had to use that money for an investment of some sort, so I just couldn't get by without using that money, And now you're in the spirit of lack because you lost $500 that fell into your hands. But bitch, the thing is, if it fell into your hands once, why can't it fall over and over again and over again and over again? Why does it have to we expect so little because that was our foundation, but it is not. It's not. It just was. There is so much money because it could be, what the fuck? Because it is genuinely fucking infinite. You ask for money, you're going to get it, because there's just, and it's so interesting too. There's never been, I don't know what other material to compare money to, and not even in just like for consumption and getting the shit that you need to get, I just mean like money as an object that was made. There's nothing like it. Follow me. You got $1, right? And you made that dollar appear energetically. You've been basing your whole life for the past few months around obtaining this dollar just so that you could use that dollar for something you've been wanting for like a long time, maybe. You've been wanting that money. And then the universe walks in one day. You've been getting messages like it's close, it's coming, your gift is coming. And then your fucking spirit guides leave out a gift. Sorry, of however much money for you. Your spirit guides leave out a gift for you of that ever. Of however much money. It is mind boggling, and it changes your view of the world completely when you see work different. But when you receive and you don't have to work for it, oh my God, is it amazing. Now, let me say this. Things I'm not supposed to be aligned with kill me.
It makes me die. I'm not joking. It makes me die. It is not good for my soul. It is not good for my mind whatsoever. It is not good for my heart. It kills me.
We have this infinite supply of money because it was all created energetically. It's almost an egregore. I'm sorry if I pronounced the word wrong. It's been a minute since I've said it out loud. But there's like an egregore, like energy around money. Even its existence itself is just purely energy. But there's like the ideas that we have casted around money for so long is so strong that even though it is not backed by gold anymore, it is backed energetically. The money is no longer what you want because it means nothing, and that's why it's not what we want. It's what it gives us that we go fucking rabid for. When you receive from this infinite pool of money and you lose it, I never want to hear that shit out your mouth again, bitch. I never want to hear a single complaint out of your mouth again, bitch. I spent that money on an investment, right? Because this is my story, surprise. I sent my spirits was working with me down. They were working with me down. So basically, I received that $300. Literally just fell into my hands. $300 fell into my hand, right? And it went down that night, right? If you are a knowing child, you know how hard it is to live with your family. And I was attacked. Ever since I got that money, I've been getting like harsher and harsher attacks because it's been spent. I energetically was like, yo, this money is currency for my reality. And I said, bitch, cha-ching. And I fucking bought it. But the very same night that offer was finalized and everything was finally getting ready to shift, it did not shift until about a week later. The stories I have, y'all, giving me chills right now. I was not feeling good in my home, you know. But hey, we made that $300 investment money, so bitch, and let's get it. But anyway, I spent that investment money and I had more to spare. And it was nothing for me to lose it. I had been waiting months for that specific amount of money. Manifesting that shit for at least like 2 to 3 months. That exact amount of money. Maybe 2 or, yeah. I'd say 2 months the most. I was working with my guides through my problems. I was working with my guides through my eyes, really. Your eyes do change, and life is it's way more fun when your eyes change. If you are not a comfortable person and you are receiving, please, as you are manifesting and you are receiving, if you are not having the voice of angels, the voice of spirits, or the voice of God talk to you, or having someone talk to you through here on YouTube, you know? If you are not seeing the numbers, if you are not seeing the signs, or if you're not doing your own type of divination, that may be something you should do. Type like, it's not a game. I'll say that it's not a game. It is not a game. You want your spirit guides in? You're calling your spirit guides in? Bitch, prepare for them to be at work. But, but, I'm getting chills. But if you are receiving from something that is infinite, constantly, mind you, it's in your manifestation that you are receiving always. That you will never be in the spirit of lack ever again. You know this. You just received the manifestation, right? And now you're scared that it's going to disappear, even though the whole manifestation, the whole part of the package is that it doesn't go. Bitch, money is energetic. It doesn't die. You just pass it on to somebody to receive what you truly wanted. And now that you got what you truly wanted, boom, that energy is expended. Now you make it back. You know, we create by hand, and we create in here. We work in here, you know, we work in the outer, and we work on the inner. Now, people don't talk about this, but working here brings you currency as well. And that's what I'm saying. Money is pulled in energetically by anything, which is why I mean there's no object like it. It is infinite. Sorry, it is infinite, but there is so much of it. Oh shit. It is infinite by lots, not because it doesn't die. It is infinite because there is so much of it and it doesn't die, which is why I compare it to energy. There is so much of it, you can attract it and it doesn't die. Money is magic. But yes, this is what I was trying to say by the sun thing. It took me forever to say, but yeah. Okay, hi. And also, one more thing when it comes to the topic of work to make money. When you work in real life, that shit is not the natural way of making money. And don't. It gave me chills to think about it. But you cannot trust a positive word about somebody who is coded. Let me explain more. Okay. So, a lot of people may shame other people for not working and making money. And there are people here, yes, that are trying to shame people for making money without the physical labor and contracts and all that. Y'all bitches are coded. And that's not a problem. Y'all gonna get there on your own time. But if you hear a voice like that, don't let it convince you it's okay. You know your truth. You know the truth, because bitch, you can see it. You can see it just like me. 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. But yeah. None of these thoughts ever took time for me to process. This is my first time ever processing these thoughts. Why? Because these are not my thoughts. These are thoughts from a higher place. These are thoughts from a higher being, even if that is part of myself, even if it is not. All of the knowledge that I am coming to you with, all of the words that I speak here are truly divine. And saying that is making me feel a bit shaky because it does sound a bit like egotistical, but no. It shouldn't be. If something is, it is. If you are rich, that shouldn't feel nasty unless you're doing it wrong, which is why y'all niggas are going to fucking hell. But yeah, the money isn't the problem. It's all ask and you shall receive, and be ready to receive because there's nothing wrong about it. Okay. And don't listen to those who are trying to convince you that it's bad to receive without working for it, because you did work. You even showed physical pain over it. You just didn't do that type of work. You did the hard type of. Let me watch out with my words.